All right, we are back here. Man, this show is flying by already. I can't believe we're already halfway through the show, and we've got Bakersfield Speedway on now with Scott Schweitzer. And I tell you, the theme here for Bakersfield Speedway, new week, new winners. Every week.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive. We had 104 cars out there Saturday night, and great night, great fans, and, yeah, new winners. So that's exciting because every week you never know who's going to win.
Right.
So.
I mean, that's what makes it interesting. Your sport mod class, we've talked about that a lot. It's a big class, and, man, any given week someone's going to win that race, right?
Yeah. And Tina Bell had competition. She had to earn her mini stock win this week. So
we can't anoint her. Well, maybe we could anoint her the champion of the year.
Well, she had a good run. We had a good run Saturday night.
22 cars, right? In that?
Yeah, 22 cars showed up for the mini stocks, and that's excellent. You know, the mini stocks were kind of tailing off there for a minute, but man, every division is back. I mean, 104 cars on a April, third week of April is great.
All right, I think we have on the line we have Brett Bennett's on the line. Brett, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you're here with Scott Schweitzer and Mike Griffith, and we're going to talk to you in a minute here, real quick, about your win in modifieds on Saturday night, and a lot of positive comments about what you accomplished, and we'll get to you in a second here. But coming up this weekend, the late models return, and I'm telling you guys, folks, this is something you're going to want to see these late models run on the track.
Yeah, late models are always a great show, and like I said, Clay Daly's coming back, got a new car, got his motor fixed, and we always have a great turnout. But the field along with them, American stocks, hobby stocks, the full-size dwarf cars making their first appearance, the midgets, and then we got the Ignite midgets that are making their first appearance. So a little bit of everything. We got high horsepower cars, we got the entry-level cars, we got a little bit of everything for this Saturday night.
It's going to be a fun night as well, and coming up over the next couple of weeks. Next weekend, we have the modifieds and sport mods back. The IMCA stocks, the mini stocks, the California Lightning Sprints. That's ESPN Radio night. Then into May, you have modifieds, hobby stocks, and American stocks, and mod lights and mini dwarfs on the 2nd of May. And then on the 9th, the late models come back for KUZZ night. So we'll see them pretty quickly here.
Yeah, we've got a lot of shows stacked up, and that May 2nd show is our Make-A-Wish night, which is a $1,000 to win modified show.
That was a great night.
That'll make Brett happy knowing that coming off his win, he's got a $1,000 show coming up. So yeah, it's always a great night. We're raising money for Make-A-Wish kids here in Bakersfield.
All right,
that's what's cool.
$16 general admission this weekend. Ignore the date up there. That's wrong. It's this weekend. The $12 seniors, $12 military ID required, and $6 for kids 6 to 12. Kids 5 and under are free. And Mike.
I think camping and parking are free.
All right, free. There you go.
Every week.
Contact these guys at 393-3373 for more information, or visit their website, or go on to their Facebook page. It's got a lot of interesting stuff, and they're great on Twitter and on Instagram as well. All right, let's talk modifieds. Brett Bennett is on the line with us, and again, another class with a new winner. Tell me about this race, Scott.
Well, first of all, I mean, yeah, it's got a heck of a class. We got some big hitters in this deal, but then, and Brett, I mean, he's been knocking at the door every race, every year. I mean, he's been working his way up. He's in a great car, races for some great people, great equipment, and it showed. And Saturday night, man, he jumped out there in the lead, and he didn't just keep the lead. He pulled away, and the whole race only had one caution. It was only for debris, so the guys weren't beating and banging, and track was wide. They were running high, running low, and he put on a great show, and I was really super happy to see him win.
Hey, Brett, what is it like to race with only one caution? Is that how do you plan for that? I mean, do you plan not to have any cautions in a race, or tell me a little bit about strategy?
Oh, I mean, you definitely plan for cautions. There's always cautions. You could use the cautions to your advantage most of the time if you're not leading to drive around them, or because you pile back up, you stack back up. So you always look forward to a caution unless you're leading. And Saturday, when I took the lead and the caution came out, I was kind of worried, but I knew we had a rocket ship, so I didn't know where to go after the caution because when I made the pass, I passed on the outside. So I told myself, man, just don't get passed around the outside. So I just got a good restart, and I guess just kept a good lead, and I never hurt anybody, so I didn't try to make no mistakes and shoot. Just got her done.
Now this is a class like the sport mods where, I mean, anything goes. There's a great group, and Chris, if you want to go through those slides and just show some of the images from the race, but this is a highly competitive class, right, Brett?
Oh yeah. Shoot, you got you got the best of the best in it, and it's really cool. I never raced any other class, so I don't really know what they're like. Modified is the only thing I've been in for the last 2.5 years. Got the opportunity from Mr. Calderwood at MP Environmental, and jumped in it ever since, and just been having fun.
And that's been the theme here with this modified class, right? I mean, it's just fun and fun to watch, and always competitive.
You know, and they're a great bunch of guys too. I mean, they're out there battling on the track, but then afterwards they're all friends in the pits. They're borrowing parts from each other. They're helping stuff out. Brett and Sean Calderwood's helped us out a ton around the racetrack. So that's what's cool about the speedway, the camaraderie that goes on. But it was a great race, and we're really excited to see Brett in the winner's circle.
Brett, that sounds like a good line there. I mean, is there, how do you learn about this sport from other drivers and other teams? I mean, what is that camaraderie like for you?
Oh, shoot. I was lucky enough to help Bill Henderson for about 4 years with Gary Dutton, and they won back-to-back championships with him. So I learned a lot working on them growing up, and started helping Calderwood, and then Calderwood gave me the opportunity to jump in them. So and then I got to thank Chris Stevenson. The guy is amazing over at Victory Circle. He just sets the cars up, and they're pretty much good for all year. The only thing we changed at the track was the right front shock, and that's probably the biggest change we made in the last 2 years. So the cars are awesome right out of their shop, and they just work.
Brett, you said you jumped right into it about 2.5 years ago, and you love them. How long, even though you worked on them, you knew what they were like, how long before you got comfortable in these cars?
Oh, man, it took the whole first year to not be afraid to stay on the throttle longer. They have a lot of, before we went to this crate, they just had a lot of power behind them and not enough tire to stop you. So we learned real fast that you got to keep them sideways.
That's a great point, because that's the thing, just learning how to drive those cars has got to be challenging, especially in the changing conditions of a dirt track race, right?
Yeah, especially when it starts slicking up, you got to learn how to do some throttle control, and that was the hardest part, learning throttle control, not breaking the tires loose, and because that'll just kill you. You start backing up when you start spinning the tires.
I always like to ask this question, Brett, but I mean, just for a casual fan, what is the attraction in coming out to Bakersfield Speedway and watching a modified race? How would you sell that?
Oh man, I mean, there's not enough room for 3 cars to really race side by side, but we do it every weekend. There's always 3 wide racing, so I mean, it's exciting.
Great. I appreciate it very much, Brett. Thanks for joining us on the Power Hour, and we'll let you get back to work, and we'll look forward to discussing your name more throughout the season. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, thank you guys very much.
All right,
thank you, Scott.
Take care.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Brett Bennett with the win. Let's go to the results there for the modified race, and a great race, great card count. Brett Bennett with the win over Chad Reichenbach. Cody Laney in third, Jay Marks in fourth, Ethan Dotson in fifth, Rob Sanders, Kyle Heckman, Roger Holder, John Piker, Brad Pounds. I mean, heavy hitters.
It is, and an interesting thing is second place, Chad Reichenbach.
Yeah.
He was in a sport mod last year,
Right.
and he's moved up. Ethan in a sport mod last year and has moved up. So you got 2 guys that moved up from sport mods that are in the top 5.
Chad,
so.
former late model driver years ago.
Exactly.
Long time ago. So, I mean, and Cody Lane,
Yeah.
he grew up around racing. Roger Holder. This is a stout field.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It's cool.
Okay, and let's now go to the Sport Mod class, and another amazing result. Levi Kiefer gets the win here, and I think this is the 4th different winner this season.
Yeah,
Have we had 2?
I don't know if we've had a repeat winner or not. I mean, we're going through them, but
Yes.
Levi put on a great show. I mean, started up there on the front, and again, in that class, I mean, even if you start on the front row, you still got 21 guys. We had 23 cars show up, and I didn't run a B main. I just started all 23 cars and didn't want to go through that. So yeah, you got 23 other heavy hitters in there that are after you.
Yeah, because we've talked about Wayne Dodson, Michael Johnson. We know that Gary Dutton's won, Lee Jensen's won. Matt Mayo, Rick Childers finished 7th. Billy Simpkins had the opening season win, so that's 4 winners right there. Nick Spain Howard and Brian Terry in 10th place, and so thrilling night of racing. And talk about thrilling, this class continues to evolve. This is the Mod Lights. kind of running away with it is Zach Forster, but you know, the real story here is in the second and third place, and there he is with his daughter Kylie. In the middle there, and she finished 7th. And I've heard nothing but rave reviews about how she's driving that car at only 9 years old.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, and obviously she's got a great coach in her father there with Zach. But, 13 cars, so it's a new division. This is only really the second year we've ran them, and we're up to that, and we've, had another couple of new cars out. So they put on a great show, and they're not wrecking them up, and that's good. So, and every week I'm talking to more people that said, hey, we're buying one. So it's going to be a division to keep an eye out on.
Okay, and then here are the overall results for that. Do we miss the modifieds? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. I might have missed it. Well, Zach Forster won that, and I know that Anthony Balcazar was in that. I think his mom was in that field too.
Tim Varney, Tim's wife, Carrie. I mean, there's just so many in there that it's growing. It's really cool to see.
Right. All right. We'll get those on the website here a little bit later. It's mini stocks, and we talked about Tina Bell facing. All of a sudden, all these mini stocks showed up for you guys, and surprised you?
No, I mean, it's a great division. They have a good time. I think they're all after Tina there. I mean, maybe the word's getting out. She's the only winner, so it's time to give her some competition. But, we had a couple of new trucks from out of town show up, and people, first-time racers come out. We got a father and daughter in the class.
Nice.
So it's cool.
Tina Bell with the win over Jacob Shepard and Doug Shepard. Lonnie Spiller finishing 4th. Josh Nichols in 5th. Zach Townsend in 6th. Kenny White in 7th. Kylie Conway in 8th. Corey Kyles in 9th. And Amanda McGowan.
And she had to come through the field on this one, did she not? Because of the points earned average.
Tina,
so
yeah.
She started.
She'd start, but 5th, 6th row now. Now that we have more cars showing up, it's a little bit tougher. And she did. She races clean, and she came right through the field and had a great race with Jacob Shepard, who's always fast, and Jacob's dad. So it was a good night.
Oh, here's the Mod Light class. This is Zach Forster, Jeff Fry, Matt Mayo, Anthony Balcazar, Candy Varney, Jerry Flippo, who raced earlier in the night at Kern County Raceway Park, Kylie Forster, Brian Puckett, Van Ponset, and Jeff Thompson. I'm not sure how Jerry Flippo fits in those cars. That kid's gigantic. He's just so tall. It's crazy. Mini dwarfs. And Kiersey Young with the win. She beats Caden Cochran. Chloe Jones in 3rd. Talk about girls. I mean, these girls are doing great things here. Seth Weiss, J.D. Brown, Bryson Wood, Bailey Thompson, Jacob Carey, Sonny Simpkins, and Troy Morris. That's in the senior mini dwarf class. And then this kid, this Ratcliffe kid, he's fast. Mason Ratcliffe, he wins the junior mini dwarf. Trenton Rickle in 2nd. Cole Forster in 3rd. Mallory Myers in 4th. Ethan Johnson in 5th. Trenton Urito in 6th, Braden Bell in 7th, 8th place goes to Nathaniel Edwards, Paige Jones in 9th, and Shane Bowles in 10th place. So there we go. All right.
Busy night.
Man, great night.
Yep.
Busy night for you coming up. We're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday night. We got to get out of here for a break. We'll have Auto Club Formosa Raceway up next with Butch Hedrick talking about the ANRA season opener, and we'll do Summit Series results as well. Thanks a lot to Scott Schweitzer.